Go ahead, Michael.
Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yep, I can hear you.
See if this is too loud for you. Hello, hello. No, that's perfect. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, see his mic, and then let me play some music real quick. Perfect. What did she do?
It's a battle of the bays tonight in Seaside, California. Monterey Bay, a new look side, playing host to Tampa Bay Rowdies this evening at Cardinale Stadium. Michael Watring and Carmen Boquin with you. Great to have you on board as these two teams clash for the third time in the history of the series. Time to take a look at the Western Conference standings, powered by Postability, where everything is possible. Monterey Bay makes a coaching change this week, but they're still above the playoff line in a hotly contested Western Conference. And despite a sluggish last 2 months that saw the team part ways with their only coach in club history, Frank Yallop, the veteran manager, is out for this group as of Thursday. So it'll be a new look for this side, but it'll be a very familiar face, Carmen, with Simon Dawkins, a former player, adding the interim tag.
And when you're in a situation like this one, Michael, the best chance that you have is bringing up somebody from the house. Somebody knows exactly what the team wants, what the team works, how they do it. And he was a player there, so he knows everything. And the question is going to be, if he's only going to be an interim, is he going to get any chance in coming forward to keep being able to just keep learning and doing this job? We'll see how he does today in his debut as interim.
The 34-year-old takes over for Monterey Bay. Meanwhile, Tampa Bay trying to keep pace with the top two teams in the East, our Eastern Conference standings. Brought to you by Possibilities, where everything is possible. After a comeback win last week when trailing by multiple goals, they sit in third on the league table, and they've won 3 in a row.
It's such a great form, and when you have you have been building a momentum just like that one, you only want to keep making it bigger and better. And you're going into 2 away games. It's really important to keep adding points that way. It's 10 games away till the end of the season, and now trying to stay in that good line coming into the playoff and getting those good points.
Cal Jennings is one of the leading scorers in the league this season. 12 goals in 20 appearances. He leads this Rowdies high-powered attack.
Sounds really easy to say, right? 12 goals in 20 games, but at the end of the day, when you have a key player like that one, that it's so capable of scoring goals, Tampa Bay Rowdies have scored 37 goals throughout these 20 matches. 12 are in his, and the other 11 are in Orteaga. So you have both of that power on the attack today on the starting lineup.
Will Tampa Bay win a 4th consecutive tonight? If so, Cal Jennings will lead the way in that category. Meanwhile, Monterey Bay looks to get back in the win column in the friendly confines tonight in Seaside. Starting 11s and the kickoff are right around the corner. Stick with us.
As Montage Health celebrates its 90th anniversary, we're taking a look at the past, recognizing how we started and where we are heading. Over the decades, we have grown from a hospital to an entire healthcare system. Today, Montage Health remains an independent, locally owned, nonprofit organization. We are proud to offer healthcare services for every chapter of life. At Montage Health, our history of excellence is rooted in a commitment to our community. That commitment lives on today and for the next 90 years and beyond.
Run it, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year.
The first starting 11 under interim coach Simon Dawkins looks like this here tonight. Tristan Traeger at the top, Anthony Siaha, who's been one of the best keepers in the league this season, as the keeper.
You know, when an era ends and you start another one, why risking it and making so many changes? Only two. It's Chuy Enriquez and Rafael Baca staying out of from the last lineup, the one that they lost 4-1 against Louisville City, and giving the opportunity to other two players coming into the game, but at least trying to maintain the same line.
On the other side for Tampa Bay, one big change, and that is at goalkeeper Jordan Farr, who was third in the league in clean sheets, is home. Congratulations to him and his wife, welcoming their daughter to the world earlier today. So Phil Brino makes his first start since last April.
That is going to be key, you know, because at the end of the day, it's your debut. You know, you're going to be taking the chances, and for Monterey Bay, they can take advantage of that. And for Farr, you said one big difference, just coming from a little tiny angel coming into the world. So he's going to be enjoying that one.
Very happy for Jordan Farr. And Phil Brino has plenty of experience. We'll get into that as we go through this match. There is a look at Monterey Bay wearing the black kits here this evening with the yellows tonight for the Crisp and Kelp. And it's the white kits tonight for Tampa Bay on the road, where they're 4-3-3 on the season. They've been impenetrable at home and solid on the road. Nabil Ben Salah is our center official tonight. This will be his 10th game as the center referee in the USL Championship. It's an East versus West clash, and it should be a fun one here tonight. Hope you can come in and stay a while with us. Michael Watcher and Carmen Bokeen and our crew, and we're underway. Monterey Bay and Tampa Bay Rowdies for the third time. I think it's fascinating here when you look at this Monterey Bay side, because Simon Dawkins is the interim coach for one match. The team has already announced that they will have a new manager in place announced on Monday. So with that in mind, Dawkins gets his one chance tonight, and he enters in a very energetic spot with this team trying to make that push all the way through the Western Conference that has been nip and tuck all year.
Can this be maybe the start for him in his own pursuit, you know, coming to start deciding how he can be a coach coming forward? So it could be interesting to see the looks and how he can manage the team today in these 90 minutes.
Tampa Bay has been stingy, second fewest goals allowed in the league. They've been electric, third most goals scored. A balanced team that very much has the sights set on a championship in the USL, but in that Eastern Conference that's been top heavy for much of the campaign. Starting to watch Charleston and Lou City pull away just a little bit. Charleston dominating Indy 11 last night, 5-0, and Lou City in New Mexico just getting underway about 45 minutes ago. As you take a look at Simon Dawkins, he was very enthusiastic for this opportunity. Because of his injury, he's been dealing with a knee injury pretty much for the last year and a half. He's had a chance to work with this group, to get along with this side, and he also said when he was brought into this team, he was a veteran, so he basically had that coaching experience as a player as well.
Come on, he's 34.
Tampa Bay gets an early set piece. Lewis Hilton, the 30-year-old from England, measures his choices here. pounds this ball into the middle of the 18. Well handled on the initial attempt. Second phase chance. Dixon swings it out of there. And now the counterattack, free flowing here. It's an excellent run. Guzman gives it to Donor. Donor. Now through the middle. All the way back. It's a great atmosphere here tonight. And in Seaside, it's always comfortable weather. See some people with jackets, temperatures in the low 60s, hazy, exactly what you would expect this time of the year in California.
Perfect weather, though. I can trade it.
So an early set piece for each side. And it's going to be Walmer Martinez and Alex Dixon hovering over the top of this one, slightly closer than the last Tampa chance. Martinez to the right of the screen, Dixon on the left-hand side. Where will this ball end up? Dixon glides it to the back post, controlled on the opening opportunity. Second ball into the mixer. Flicked along where Phil Brino gets his first touch, the 28-year-old keeper from Maryland. And Gabiri. Long ball sent down the park. Jennings chases after it. He stumbles. Alex Laura recovers.
It's really early on the match, and like you mentioned, 2 set pieces already coming from 2 falls. We'll see how many more they make. You know, it's just starting.
It's got a good flow early on to this one. Tempo at a high level. Crisostomo. On the fake. And a carry now through the middle. This back line will be tested time and time again. The combination of Jennings and Arteaga, 23 goals. That's 4 more than Monterey Bay have scored as a team this year. As you take a look at the injury report tonight, brought to you by Montage Health. Some season-ending injuries for us. Lasso, Nick Moon out for Tampa Bay. And as I mentioned, somebody not up there, not because of injury, but Jordan Farr not with the club tonight for the Rowdies. Back home with his wife, welcoming a baby girl to the world earlier today. Congratulations to them. Farr has started every match this season for Tampa Bay. So it's Brino making his first start of the campaign.
Yeah, throughout those 20 matches, he only received those 20 goals, and then he made 53 saves. That's a really good number. We'll see how Breno does today, you know, coming with the experience that he has, but of course only debuting today in this new season for him.
Yeah, always tough as a keeper. You don't get that game action, not even in the Open Cup. Siaha shuffles it down the park. Doherty. Crisostomo. And now back out for Doherty, a 23-year-old from Ireland. Boomerangs this ball around. It's well handled by Kai Green, but it bounces out for a corner. And Tampa Bay have another set piece. So all the activity right now happening in the attacking third for both sides.
And it's clear how and why they have so many goals and the possibilities that they end up creating for themselves throughout. A high pressure being put on, and then getting those balls in between the 2 central center backs. It's also important to putting them into positions against the goal.
Temperature in Seaside, 57 degrees. Much different than the rest of the country. Corner kick, low lining ball in. Jennings had a piece, tries to get to the second ball, still chasing after it. Now Monterey Bay swings it out. Crisostomo lays it all the way back for Phil Brino. His 3rd season with the Rowdies. He started the last time that Tampa Bay played here. It was a 2-1 win for the Rowdies when Brino was in net Made 7 saves that night. Meanwhile, Anthony Siaha is a part of a team that has seen the second most shots on target of any group in the USL Championship for the year. Speaking with Robbie Nielsen this week, pleased with the group at this moment. Starting to find the guys back to their full fitness levels. And ultimately, the success that they're having will be defined by their success come the postseason. A 3-horse race, seemingly right now in the East. Blue City, Charleston, and Tampa Bay starting to gain that separation from the rest of the pack.
And postseason is really close. For Monterey Bay is literally 8 games away, whereas for Tampa Bay Rowdies is 9 games away.
Crazy how fast the year goes sometimes, but still, plenty of points to be had. Traeger makes the turn, and he gets tugged upon there by Clement. And it's going to be a booking as well for the 25-year-old from California.
Yeah, he doesn't even think about that. It's really fast. A good decision coming from the referee, Ben Salah. He was just there. There was no need in grabbing, you know, the position where you are. Just try to keep putting pressure, get the ball back, but don't do that. Now you cost your team having that yellow card.
Traeger, so dangerous. Such a good player. Coming over from Charleston in the offseason, getting a chance to be the main target for the Crispin Kelp. First booking of the match goes to Clement, former 11th overall pick of Austin in the 2021 MLS Super Draft. And yet again, Dixon and Martinez weigh their choices.
A yellow card has been issued in the 9th minute to Tampa Bay Rowdies. To number 19, Freddie Clement.
Monterey Bay have only scored 6 times in the opening 35 minutes of matches for the year. It's been a very slow starting group. Who chooses this ball? Yet again, Martinez swinging it in. It's a nice header, and Brino does well. Guzman latched onto it, and Brino makes his first save of the night.
Well, we had the first save for Brino. And talk about taking advantage of those set pieces. This was perfection. Coming from the ball being put there in the small box, and then just the header, you know. At the end of the day, it was the hand of Brino saying no to Guzman header.
This corner kick bounced away. Good early start. Simon Dawkins said that he wants to watch this group thrive. Wants to be a little bit more attacking minded. While it's positives on both sides for Monterey, or for Tampa Bay, Monterey Bay on the other side have struggled to defend and have struggled to score this season. And I asked Simon Dawkins about that. Is it more concerning about the defensive work or the goal scoring? He said it is a bit of both. I want to make sure that you're not giving up as many chances as they have been, but ultimately it does come down to goals change game. You can't win unless you score.
And still, even coming through that, receiving 27 goals, scoring only 19, they're in playoff position. And now it's just the end of the run. After these games being played, it's going to be only 8. You don't have much points away, so you need to start securing them. And for that, you need to score a lot of goals.
Just past the 11-minute mark in this match. Scoreless between Monterey Bay and Tampa Bay. Great to have you on board here tonight. Michael Watson, Carmen Boquin, and her team enjoying a chilly evening in Seaside. Cross comes in here. It's a nice flick on by Jennings, winning that header, and Siaha corrals the league leader in saves by 19, entering the night. A man that has been busy, 26 years of age, Anthony Siaha, has been such a dynamic force tonight, despite all the challenges that they've seen on the attacking portion. They've given up 1.29 goals per match this year, and it's largely because of his effort.
Well, for Siaha, you know, it's a big number. It's 100 shots on target. shots, and then he has made 77 saves. Like, if they've received 27 goals, how many has he even disallowed the other teams? That's a big number, 77.
Monterey Bay attacking. Fair swings this ball around. It didn't hit it all that well. It nearly latched onto Traeger. Instead, it's cleared away. And out for a corner kick after it was mishit. Aaron Guillen, not taking any chances, sends it away.
Bengal corner!
And now time for a Bengal corner. Corner kick. And it's Walter Martinez, 25 years of age, played collegiately on this pitch at Cal State Monterey Bay. Martinez swings this ball in near post. Arteaga, known for his goal-scoring ability the last 2 seasons, defends well here.
That's the versatility of a player, you know, that it's capable of scoring, and then if he has to go to the back and try to get those balls away from there, he will still do it.
Ball forward, looking for Josh Perez. Guzman instead makes the turn. What do you think of Monterey Bay's performance here at the outset under a new coaching regime?
Well, you know, so far he was able to just give consistency to the team, making only 2 substitutions. I think the most important one is keeping that back line, which is one of the bigger problems so far, the one of receiving the goals. But then you have like players like Traeger in front, and the idea for them to keep scoring. He only has 6. So at the end of the day, it has to be the trust and the motivation that he gave to them coming into this new change, and in the hopes to the new coach being announced next week. And they are going to need to start showing, you know, what they have and fight extra for a position on the starting lineup.
Maybe a bit of a bittersweet night for Simon Dawkins, because Frank Gallup was his coach with San Jose Earthquakes, then gave him a chance to play here in Monterey Bay. And now he takes over in his stead. And he said that he's gone through coaching changes more than a few times in his career as a player, and that perspective helps him guide this group along. Traeger pokes at it. Instead, it trickles back to Doherty. Tampa Bay have been a hot starting group this year, and it's Jennings leaking in behind. Jennings with time, and Jennings blasts this out of the park.
Well, for a guy that has scored so many goals, this was not the best position for him to get that shot. He just tries to do it in the first touch. At the end, maybe he could have waited a little bit for it to come down, and then he would have a better angle. It was way too high. And then his face, his own laugh. He wasn't so happy with it.
Only Nick Marcanic have more goals in the league this season, and Marcanic's on a different planet, as he scored his 20th goal of the year last night.
Oh my God.
Jennings with 12 is tied with Lou City's Wilson Harris for second. The top goal scorers individually in the league all reside in the East. Manuel Arteaga, Jennings' teammate, is one behind his pace with 11 this year.
That's more reason for wanting to score goals, right?
This ball into the box, bouncing around. It's Dixon that rattles the cage. How does that ball stay out? Here's Revelar sprinting in, looping it around. Second chance. It's Guzman. Guzman's shot takes a block. And now on the counterattack, it's Jennings in space. Cal Jennings against Lara. Lara comes over, and it's out. Last touch by Jennings. Excellent tracking defensively by Lara.
We need to see that again, because if we're going to get a box-to-box a few minutes throughout, it's going to be truly interesting to see. At the end of the day, it was a good save, but the good, run through that right lane is going to be where they're going to be able to create more danger throughout.
Entertainment right at the beginning of this one. Each side searching for the opening goal here tonight.
I so wanted to see that again.
Anthony Siaha said, we don't have time for that. Got to get the ball right back into play. And add to this adrenaline that Monterey Bay have been thriving on here in the opening 20 minutes. Young Gabiri stumbles, loses possession.
Well, and that's the intensity you want to play a match. You know, you're coming from a match that you lost your coach. Now you have to prove yourself in front of your home crowd.
Traeger unlocks an open space for Dixon. Dixon eyes a cutback. Alex Dixon's shot is blocked. Guzman a second chance, and it's another block.
Okay, now we're gonna see it again. It was, you know, he just tried to get that shot from there, Carlos Guzman, and then it got sworn away, and they went directly to a counter. And that was no, there was nothing. They were asking for something, but Lara was clean taking the ball, and then the coach, he was losing.
Robbie Nielsen not happy.
No. But no, it was clean what Lara did there.
And Nielsen just picked up a yellow card as well.
Maybe he was complaining about it.
Maybe, right? Nabil Ben Salah walked over there to showcase the card. What a performance it has been right out of the gates for Monterey Bay. And chance of Let's Go Union here in this Bagel corner kick. Alex Dixon ready to go. Dixon, high arcing, back post ball. Green was the initial target. Rebelar heads it wide. Rebelar weaves this ball in. It takes a ricochet, and it is no goal. Alex Lara thought that he had won it cleanly. It went through the hands of Brino, but he's going to be called for a foul.
Well, we got to see that one again because it was so quick. And it makes sense, you know. It comes from a ball that he ends up keeping in play. Then he just tries to keep moving it, and he gets that big shot. Seems like he really took it out of his hands. I don't know if it's coming like a fall. When you commit a foul while trying to create an attack, maybe that's why he disallowed the goal, because of the fall before.
See, Simon Dawkins just got a look on the big board of that moment, and yeah, I don't think that he liked that fact. It looked like it was almost simultaneous. If not, Lara won the bout first. The USL Championship is on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network, our network tonight, and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV standings. Hilton fouls Melodic. What a fun start to the match this has been. Back and forth we go, wide open. Both teams attacking minded at the outset. 3 wins in a row for Tampa, a coaching change, and coming off of a loss for Monterey Bay. With Carmen Boquin and our team, Michael Watrang with you here on a hazy night in Seaside. The loss last week was 4-1 on the road at Lou City, a draw of 0-0 prior to that. It's a team that has been shut out in 2 of the last 4. Monterey Bay have been shut out 8 times in the last 14 matches as well. Goal scoring has to be a key feature of this group down the stretch because, as Simon Dawkins said, you can't win matches unless you score. You can defend as well as you can all night, but that's only going to get you 1 point. You don't want to focus too much on the defensive work.
And in 20 minutes of the match played, we'd had 3 shots per team, so it's clear that they're going towards it.
Sostamo comes over to rescue after Traeger Just backpedaling inside of the 18. Perez was the target of that pass. Well, sometimes a coaching change can invigorate a group. And that has certainly been the case for Monterey Bay. The enthusiasm, the energy has been palpable here tonight.
Yeah, and the enthusiasm got them to getting that shot on target. The only reason why there's no goal yet is because of Reno in the goal, because he did everything disallowing that chance.
With a couple saves already this evening. Reno making his 13th start for the Rowdies, and now his 3rd season with the club. He's out there with the team on route to a conference final back in 2022. His last clean sheet came in the postseason to that East semi-final against Memphis on the road, 1-0 in that match on October 30th. And that's what he's looking for here tonight, but Monterey Bay have different opinions. The 4th fewest goals in the league, but full throttle here in the opening half hour. A stumble and a foul. The USL Summer of Soccer continues on the CBS Sports Network with a rematch of the 2023 USL Championship postseason. It's Detroit City shocking the Players' Shield winners Pittsburgh Riverhounds last year. And Pittsburgh's looking for revenge. It's on August 7th. That's 4 p.m. Pacific time on the CBS Sports Network. Pittsburgh starting to round into form as well, becoming dangerous in the East. It's certainly not a team that any of the top sides would like to face at this point if the postseason started. It's a good read here from Guzman. Cuts it through. No foul. Milani went down too easily in the eyes of Nabil Ben Salah.
It was the only way to stop it. The possession was so high on Tampa Bay Rowdies, just being able to control the ball for at least the last 4 or 5 minutes, getting that possession and forcing Monterey Bay to just follow along and see if they can steal the ball again.
Shots are 3 aside at this point. Important match for both sides. Every time the ball is kicked, as this ball slides past Jennings, makes the pivot. Cal Jennings looking for space, was looking for Arteaga, but it's well read by Moby Fair. Monterey Bay with a win tonight could perhaps leapfrog Orange County, who hosts North Carolina this evening. That game without a score in the 26th minute, much like our matchup. Meanwhile, if you're Tampa Bay, 3 points pivotal, because if you don't get them, then maybe Indy is closer to you on the table than the top 2 teams. Instead, Javi Nalati, the 19-year-old, picks up the first booking for Monterey Bay as he goes in it here in the 26th. Definitely too late, definitely without a piece of the ball.
Yeah, and without even controlling that exaggeration of emotions, you know, they've been following through getting that ball. It was just a little mistake, and now he gets booked. The first one for Monterey Bay. He's up and about.
Nalani, 19 years old, has Spent 3 years with San Diego Loyal's program before shifting up the coast to Monterey Bay. Jordan Doherty ready to put this ball back into play.
And from the starting lineup, he's the only player who doesn't have plus 12 games played. He has only played 6 games, 3 of them starting. Now it changed 7-4, but still the others have more than 13 games all throughout.
Here's Doherty, splitting defenders. Doherty winding up. Doherty off the ball fake, hits the crossbar. Nobody ever stopped him. Siaha infuriated.
And she surely has to be infuriated because he was truly unmarked. Nobody was trying to at least do something. He just glazed throughout and then gets that great shot that goes to the crossbar. And of course, you have the whole right to put your hands in your head because you just missed the big chance to scoring the first one of the night.
There's a good effort, but bouncing around, and fortunately for Monterey Bay, it's Siaha, and he is incensed with his group right now. Anthony Siaha, another former member of San Diego Loyal. Dixon didn't hit that ball well enough. Ian Gabiri takes over, at least for a moment. Nalati winds this ball up, and it's Traeger sprinting into space. Has 2 choices in the middle. Traeger bounces around a defender, tight ropes the line, weaves it back. Dixon shot, hits the net. Traeger finds space. Alex Dixon scores his 3rd of the season, and Monterey Bay lead 1-0.
And it's truly this story of soccer. When you don't score one, literally immediately you get one against, and that's what happened. A good counter, well read over there. Traeger just knowing exactly where to put the ball. Aside from the effort defensively, without the goalkeeper there, it was impossible. Who was the player who put the Guillen? Guillen just tried to get the ball out, but you know, he didn't have it in him to just stretch his leg a little bit more. Of course, he couldn't use his hands, and you don't have the goalkeeper Breno anymore, and that's how Dixon comes and scored the first one of the night in the best moment possible also.
Minutes ago, it looked like Tampa was going to get the opener. Doherty's great run hit the crossbar, then another lapse defensively, and on a good outlet pass, Traeger finds space. He's a great runner. According to the coaching staff, he gets his 2nd assist of the year. Dixon, who had 12 goals last year, gets his 3rd of this season. And Monterey Bay jump out to a 1-0 edge. 30 minutes gone by. Michael Watcher and Carmen Boquin and our team with you here on CBS Sports Golazo. Great to have you with us tonight. Come in and stay a while to watch this matchup of the Bays. Well, now how does Tampa Bay respond? Doherty lost this ball. It's right at Siaha. He catches the ball out of the air.
And everything feels so even, you know, from the possession to the shots, the ones on target, even the corners, and the feel of it. Like that necessary pressure and just being able to move the ball around and not moving so compact, opening the field throughout. But at the end, it was Monterey Bay who scored the first one.
Jennings looking to split that back line. Instead, it's a foul. On the second phase opportunity, a foul is whistled. Moby Fair takes out Josh Perez, and here's a really dangerous moment for Tampa.
I don't think he thinks it's fair, literally. Or just, Didi liked it. But at the end it is, and it's a good opportunity coming from a set piece to see if Tampa Bay Rowdies is able to equalize really fast.
Anthony Siaha will certainly have to handle his moment here. 4 men line up in the wall. Josh Perez stands over the top of this with Lewis Hilton. Who will it be? It's Lewis Hilton striking it, and on one short hop, Siaha smothers.
Well done by Lewis Hilton in that one. Just being able to put the ball with the speed necessary, but at the end you had a goalkeeper that was just ready, positioned there in the middle, and stayed with the ball.
Nalani eyeing Martinez. Reacts to the corner to get this ball first. Martinez shuffles around the defender. And it stays in play. No work there by Freddie Clement.
Nothing? He didn't see anything?
He did not. Neon Kabiri. Jennings finds himself alone on the cutback attempt.
Aside from the effort, well done, and coming up from the right, Neon Kabiri just putting such a perfect ball there for Jennings. He wasn't able to do much more, but at the end you get that consistency of insisting coming from the right side.
Doherty, and now Jennings prefers that left foot. Guzman. Tampa Bay preparing a change, and they'll use it right here. It's Blake Bodley, the team's leading assist man, replaces Freddie Clement in the 11. So a first half change for the Rowdies. Bodley comes in, the 26-year-old, played collegiately at Washington.
Brought to you by BBSI.
Well, in this series, we've seen 9 different players score the 9 goals as Alex Dixon joins the party in the 29th minute after Tristan Traeger picked him out. Monterey Bay lead against Tampa Bay.
And at the end, we can only guess why the reason for the substitution is. He had that yellow card. He's a center back. You need him on form, and you need to protect yourself coming for, you know, a possible another yellow card. And maybe it was that or something that he intended to change throughout.
Hilton slides this ball forward. Artiago is the target. Guzman gets there first. Well, Tampa Bay have a counter. Manjoma. Crisostomo ends this ball high, and it's over Siaha and out. eFootball 2024 is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download it now. Dawkins said one of his big keys for this week would be finding a way to create fluidity and the ability to win matches. And they have been fluid tonight, and Dixon finds an extra gear. The goal scorer tosses this in. Really ran out of options as he got to the touchline.
Yeah, he didn't have any more resources. He couldn't put it to the back. He just decides to go low, seeing if anybody else can get close to that ball. At the end, it goes out of the field.
Guzman bangs this ball back into the 18. Perez tracks it down for Tampa. Here's Jennings again. His work rate has been enormous tonight. And so far, Monterey Bay's back line have been in form. It's another majestic run. This time it's Adrian Revelar. Chops this ball in, and Doherty pokes it out. Corner kick on coming yet again for Monterey Bay.
Such a good effort from Doherty, you know, doing what he does there, defending, creating that shot that was sent to the crossbar, and now in this one, just with enough effort to put that leg and send that ball away.
It's another Bagel corner kick, and it's the 4th of the match for Monterey Bay. Here in Seaside. What a jolt to the system it must be for Tampa Bay, from the hot and humid Florida weather to the 50-degree weather here in Seaside. Martinez whips this ball out. A miss-hit clearance will give Martinez another chance at it. Dixon eyes the middle. Revelar into the 18 it goes here. Guzman got a piece, winning the race there. And the strong first half continues for Monterey Bay as they continue to pepper this Tampa Bay side.
And they were working a lot, you know, coming from less to more throughout the match, and just being able to get that good chance in front of the goal, scoring that first one at minute 29. And now it's going to be really important to see how they can bounce back. Remembering that Tampa Bay just came from a good comeback. You can't put your arms down.
Rowdies trailed by multiple goals against Charleston. It was 2-0 in that match. It was their first time winning when down by at least 2 in 3 years. Go back to that wild East final in 2021 when they overcame a 2-goal deficit to upend Lou City 3-2. Here in the 40th minute, Josh Perez will have his chance to set the stage on another set piece. Each side have had more than their fair share of these in the first half. Monterey Bay lead 1-0 thanks to Alex Dixon's 3rd goal of the season in the 29th minute. Playing with interim head coach Simon Dawkins, a former veteran player within this group. One of the original signings of the team, now a coach for the time being. Michael Watring, Carmen Boquin and her team enjoying the match with you here on a Saturday evening in Seaside. Perez slips, and that benefits Monterey Bay. And now here's the counter. Dixon is gliding. Dixon wants the ball. He finally gets it, but he's going to be offside. The flag is up. Dixon arguing he wanted that ball so much earlier. Had the ball been uncorked immediately, he wouldn't have mattered if he was offside or not, because he was still on his half of the pitch.
Through that, but at the end, if he paced himself down, he knew where he was positioned on the field, and it's a good chance, you know. We're coming to what, number 4 or 5, where they can get a good counter and move really fast and get just between 2 or 3 passes towards the goal. So if they keep doing that steady and possible, the next goal can come soon. Keep adding to the 20s in goals scored.
Only El Paso, Hartford, and FC Tulsa scored fewer goals in the championship this season than Monterey Bay entering the night. They've been shut out 8 different times. That will not be the case tonight. They get a first half goal, just their 7th in the opening 35 minutes in this season's affair. Guzman comes out of there with it, now fair. Confident Monterey Bay side. Motivated group as well. Robbie Nielsen admitted that he knew that a team like this would come out playing with fire. How would they respond, however? Here's Dixon again. Alex Dixon unable to beat Neon Gabiri to the ball. And Neon Gabiri clears and sets up another Bagel corner kick.
And you know, once you scored one, that you're going to keep trying and getting that momentum and motivation. And this is not the first one that Dixon has been put himself in that good position towards the goal.
Pacific Neon Gabiri, 24 years of age from Burundi, handles that moment with aplomb. And now it is Walmer Martinez frisbees this ball in near post. Arteaga the only man there. Second chance for Martinez. Picks out Nalati. Arteaga working the defensive work, and it's never a good sign. One of the leading goal scorers in the league has been more active on the defensive end than he has in the attack.
It's not a good sign as a club, right? But at the end, it's a really good sign as a player, how he, can manage that and do that extra effort. It's going to be harder for him to position himself in a better situation in that attacking third, truly. But he's still doing the job he has to do.
Homer Martinez, just before he was ready to unleash a pause. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I think I'm going to head to Bagel Corner to get a bagel to start off the day.
You said I've been wanting to say it since minute one that you said the first corner.
We're getting so many of these that it's implanted in my head, and I know how I'm going to start a Sunday. Martinez pounds this ball across, and it ricochets high. Kai Green was making the run, just couldn't connect on it in the end.
We feel Kai Green's reaction, right? He just came unmarked, totally unmarked, and thought he could get there, just enough to chip the ball to the back of the net, but it ends up going not in the right direction.
Kai Green has not scored in 3 years. He was that close to making this 2-0. 1-0 Monterey Bay out in front, looking to close out an impressive opening 45 minutes of play against one of the league's best teams. Tampa Bay coming in at 38 points. If they played in the West, they would be atop the table. Instead, they're in third in the East. Jennings winds up. Siaha cradles this ball.
Oh, and that's a good resource to take in consideration, because Jennings has been trying so much to just get into that final position towards the goal, and now he gets that good shot coming, from a mid-distance. Surprising a goalkeeper that was just ready to take that effort in the near post.
Anthony Siaha has thrived here tonight. It's been a prosperous performance to this point for Monterey Bay. But when Arteaga and Cal Jennings are out there for Tampa Bay, men that have combined for 23 goals this year, 3 assists, dangerous whenever they find space. Instead, it's Neon Gabiri beating Guzman, and it is Guzman that commits the foul and is going to hit the books as well. 3 minutes of first half stoppage time in the mix. Guzman fell, and otherwise Neon Gabiri would have been wide open.
Yeah, Guzman ends up, committing the foul just to see how could he disallow a good opportunity in creating and building another attack. Because, in the last minutes after the goal came in, it seemed like Monterey Bay was closer to scoring the second one. But then it gave the feel of Tampa Bay just being able to try to connect and get that first one of the night. And this is a good set piece.
Talking about a ball that is just a shade outside of the 18-yard box. It's an interesting angle as well. Well, Joshua Perez, a man with 22 caps for El Salvador and well-traveled in his time. Spy the net here with just 2 men in the wall. It's going to be him by himself, looking to tighten the screws around to the corner. Joshua Perez pounds this ball too high.
Ooh.
Was looking to see if Siaha would have that opposite post covered.
It was a little bit of trying to get everybody confused, right? Because Lewis Hilton was pointing down like he was going to get the ball, and then he goes directly on goal. But it was close. It was a really good chance. He's calm now after that yellow card. He's staying there.
Almost by necessity, right?
I would do that same thing.
Neon Gabiri dueled for that ball. Dixon slices one. well past Traeger. A fine performance to this point so far for Monterey Bay. Despite being outshot 6-4 in the match, Tampa Bay have had their chances. They've hit the woodwork. They've knocked on the door a couple times, but so far nothing. And in the final 30 seconds or so of this first half, Monterey Bay looking to take a lead in the locker room.
But they did lead with shots and shots on target, and the same feeling of being quite a bit more dangerous than Monterey Bay.
How do you summarize this first half?
Well, the effort was there, and when you got the extra, desire of winning a match coming from two that you haven't won, the change in the head coach and having an interim, that's an extra motivation, and I think they're being fueling from that. Though working throughout the field, it has been really good on both sides and not just steady there in the midfield.
First half whistle blows, and it's Monterey Bay with the advantage against Tampa Bay Rowdies in this East versus West showdown here tonight. 1-0 is the margin here at the break, and the lead in favor of Monterey Bay. What a performance it has been on a chilly evening in Seaside. It has been toasty between these two sides. Our halftime report presented by Integris Wealth Management comes up around the corner, but Monterey Bay leads 1-0 at halftime.
Coastal Roots Hospitality is a proud partner of the Monterey Bay Football Club. Coastal Roots Events and Catering, along with its 3 iconic restaurants, Montrio, Tarpe's, and Rio Grill, invite you to pick it up and pay it forward, where 10% of all proceeds from takeout orders are donated to various local charities. Their catering service and restaurants utilize local farms, butcheries, and ocean fresh sustainability-driven seafood to deliver unique and exemplary dining experiences. For more information, visit coastalrootshospitality.com.
Are you paying too much for your car insurance? Call Coast Auto Insurance to receive a free quote and see how much you could save. Coast works with over 50 different insurance companies to make sure you get the best rate for your car, motorcycle, home, or business. Coast is a local company with local people. We do vehicle registration, SR22, and insurance for Mexico. Call Coast Auto Insurance today for a free quote and see how much we can save you. Or go to coastautoinsurance.com, where your peace of mind is guaranteed.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the high five strangers got, game-winning interception, first down, just a nice solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Tonight's halftime is presented by Integris Wealth Management. Monterey Bay 1, Tampa Bay 0 at halftime. What a month it was in July. Some star-studded performances. And our Player of the Month nominees include these stars.
Another chance to cross. The header is in! Marquette scores! Zach Ryan, it ricochets around and leg it! Oh, brilliant goal! Wesley Leggett!
This on that back line. Very difficult to track everyone.
Oh, London! Now Oakland's got a real chance at this with 20 minutes to go!
Into the sweet spot, Buddha takes the shot, great stop, Pittaranda kicks out the left boot!
Get your votes in now on USL Championship.com to vote for the Player of the Month of July. Here at halftime, 1-0, Monterey Bay out in front of Tampa Bay. When we come back, let's take a look around the USL. Plenty of notes to include with our scores as well. Halftime here in Seaside. Back in a moment.
Most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why.
Yeah, trick. I said what I said. I don't care. I paint the town red.
If you can survive this, it's going to make the whole story that much better.
The bright horses have broken free from the fields.
They're hungry for the women's game. They want to see women's soccer. They want to play women's soccer, and that's what we're building at the USL.
You can see it in my eyes. Only want the best. Maybe running every night. Won't settle for less. Got me looking to the sky. Got me feeling blessed. Got this fire burning up inside of my chest. Burning up inside of my chest. Got this fire burning up inside of my chest.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Going to be Danny Griffin. Oh, that's a wonderful captain's goal for the Riverhounds. Here in Villa.
10,000 plus going crazy.
Fred! El Paso lead on the road.
As Montage Health celebrates its 90th anniversary, we're taking a look at the past, recognizing how we started and where we are heading. Over the decades, we have grown from a hospital to an entire healthcare system. Today, Montage Health remains an independent, locally owned, nonprofit organization. We are proud to offer healthcare services for every chapter of life. At Montage Health, our history of excellence is rooted in a commitment to our community. That commitment lives on today and for the next 90 years and beyond.
Our Integris Wealth Management halftime report here tonight shows the score. Monterey Bay 1, Tampa Bay Rowdies 0 at the break. News and notes from around the USL Championship look like this. Take a look at that bottom. How about the world stage for the USL? Edinson Escona with the Dominican Republic. Harley Boudoir with New Zealand representing their countries at the Paris Olympics. Both teams ousted from the tournament, but nevertheless showcasing their skills at the international level. OKC announcing majority ownership with ECHA. The team's due to return the energy back after the completion of their soccer-specific stadium and a record transfer in USL League One. Nick Akoto, Tormenta's side, a stalwart in USL League One, being transferred to Burton Albion FC in the EFL League One. Scores from around the USL Championship. How about Charleston's performance last night? 0-0 after 50 minutes, and then an explosion. 5 consecutive goals. 1-1, Clay Holstad rescues a point for Rhode Island in the 3rd minute of second half stoppage time. Birmingham led 2-0, but Zhang and Galena score late to make it 2-2 between Birmingham and Hartford. Loudon pulls away from Miami after giving up a goal in the 2nd minute. They score the final 4 of that matchup. And scoreless between Memphis and El Paso as that match has wrapped up. Second page of the scores, and Lou City just wrapping up a win at league-leading Western Conference team New Mexico. So good sign if you're Monterey Bay to try to keep track and keep things condensed in that West. But if you're Tampa Bay, you look at what Lou City has done, and they continue to pull away from the top of the pack in the East. Monterey Bay, good sign as well. North Carolina is upending Orange County, so that would help the cause as well. And at halftime, Pittsburgh with a 1-0 advantage against Sacramento Republic. FC Tulsa about ready to take out San Antonio in that match. Upcoming matches in the USL Championship, and it's another opportunity to watch Detroit and Pittsburgh on the national stage. That'll be Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Detroit City playing host to the Hounds. Also Indy 11 and Rhode Island on Wednesday for that Eastern Conference clash. And then Friday, 5:30 p.m. Pacific, Orange County visiting FC Tulsa. And then a full weekend slate next weekend as well in the USL Championship. Here tonight, it is a lead for Monterey Bay at the break by a 1-0 margin. When we come back, we'll take a look at the highlights from an electric first half of action and get ready for half number 2 when we return on our Integris Wealth Management halftime report.
First Capital Bank, we are dedicated, consistent, and committed to your financial journey. Our experienced team builds trusted relationships with each client to understand your financial goals. Roads to success have detours. Let First Capital Bank guide your journey every step of the way. As your local community bank, our priority is to cultivate success through outstanding and uncompromising service. Join us on the journey to greatness with First Capital Bank.
At Integris Wealth Management, we know what it takes to be a good teammate. For 25 years, we've been your trusted ally. We are local and independent. We care for our clients' money as if it were our own. We believe in doing the right thing and work together to find big wins for you. Integris Wealth Management. We turn values into action and champion livelihoods.
Back in Seaside, wrapping up our Integris Wealth Management halftime report, where Monterey Bay leads it 1-0 at the break. Michael and Karin back with you as we take a look at the highlights of this match. And it was off to a hot start right out of the gates, and Alex Dixon, a little bit of foreshadowing, nearly had the opening goal.
It was like that, you know, he was kind of getting closer to what he was going to get coming into the match, and then this one hitting the crossbar and then just avoiding getting in. It could have been the first one for Monterey Bay.
Dixon just missing that opportunity. Both sides would hit a little bit of woodwork. In the 19th minute, it would be an opportunity from Alex Lara that would be waved off for the foul.
Yeah, he thought he was going to be celebrating the goal, but at the end, he committed that goal at the same time he was making and committing a foul. And of course, the goal got disallowed, even though he complained just a little bit, including the bench, but at the end, it was the right decision coming from the referee.
Jordan Doherty nearly opened the scoring with a nice deke and then a crossbar on a solid shot here, but could not break through for Tampa Bay. In a blink of an eye, it was off to the races at the other end, where Tristan Traeger found Alex Dixon.
Yeah. At the end, the effort was there. Traeger did everything to keep that ball in play, and then he just, lift his face a little bit, sees exactly where he wants to put the ball, and coming forward without anybody being there marking him, Dixon with the goal.
Alex Dixon's third goal of the season. Good poise from Traeger. He would have tried to recover that ball as well had he had a chance. And our first half stats look like this: 7 shots apiece in that first half. What's your assessment of what we saw between the two sides? Very attacking minded in half number 1.
Yeah, and you know, basically just being able to move along, a really fluid match all throughout. Not too many falls, aside from the first ones that ended up being important set pieces throughout the match. But, you know, moving freely and being able to put themselves in those attacking thirds. Maybe in the second half, we're going to keep getting more of that.
Only the 5th time this year that Monterey Bay have led at halftime. 3 wins and a draw to this point in the campaign. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they trail at halftime for the 5th time. They're 2-2 when they trail at halftime. And the second half is underway here in Seaside. Michael Watcher and Carmen Bokeen and her team with you here on CBS Sports Golazo. Good to have you with us tonight. And if the first half is any indication of what this second half could be, buckle up. It's Jennings immediately weaving it out wide. Bodily mishits this ball as it winds up in the bleachers. Tampa Bay in the white kits tonight. The black kits for Monterey Bay this evening. Monterey Bay 0 for 2 against Tampa in their first 2 cracks at it. A 2-1 loss on this facility back in 2022. And last year it'd be 4-1 in favor of Tampa on the home pitch. And we've seen 9 total goals in this series history by 9 different players. Keynotes from this match: Frank Yallop released of his duties as the leader of Monterey Bay earlier this week. Simon Dawkins, who was one of the original signings with this club, officially announced his retirement after dealing with injuries. He's the interim head coach for tonight, with the team expected to name the full-time manager next week. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, playing without their goalkeeper, Jordan Farr, decided to stay back for a good reason, welcoming the birth of a daughter. Congratulations to him for that. Wish him all the best in fatherhood. And we'll be back with the team. But Phil Brino getting his first start since last April tonight. To the back post this ball goes. Dixon doesn't get to it. Brino's played well, though.
He had a really good save.
He's rung the bell on a couple different occasions here this evening. There is Simon Dawkins, and the interim coach on the last day of July. It's the 5th coaching change in the USL Championship to date in 2024. Here's Bodily. He was subbed on in that first half for Kleeman, who picked up the yellow card in the opening 10 minutes. The wide side of the park. Jennings, leading goal scorer for the Rowdies, leaves it back. Hilton measures. Lewis Hilton stings one across the turf here, and it's always wide left.
And well done, you know, taking just advantage of coming from the middle and securing a possibility of scoring and being, you know, with that surprise effect. Good shot, though.
Look at Robbie Nielsen, first year coach for a group that is 3rd in the league in goal scoring. Only Lou City and Charleston have more. And against a side that has given up the 2nd fewest goals in the league, just 20 of them. Only Sacramento have given up fewer. Ian Gabiri runs out of space as Alex Dixon touches it last. Only 4 players in the USL Championship this season have scored double-digit goals. 2 are on this Tampa Bay side. The 23 combined goals of Manuel Arteaga and Cal Jennings are more goals than 8 teams' entire total for the campaign. But so far, nothing in this one as Arteaga whips this ball around. Bodley was chasing the back post ball. We know the potency is there.
And those total goals, including Monterey Bay, they've only had 20 so far, so.
But Tampa has struggled to score on the road this season. They've scored 1 or fewer goals in 8 of their 10 road matches. 5 of their 12 goals came in a 5-2 win at Miami on April 12th. So playing on the road, despite the 4 wins, they've had to grind out those games. Goal scoring has been at a premium. They've feasted at home. Here's Perez, leading Bodley into space. Bodley charges, glides this ball across. Siaha watches it twirl around. Guzman has to play it, straddling the line. Here's Perez, lining this ball up. Siaha with the left hand, pokes it away.
And then again, just a few minutes ago, it was Hilton trying something similar. It was more on the near post of the goalkeeper. And in this one, Joshua Perez just trying to do himself the same thing. And this one, it was needed Siaha's hand to send that ball away.
Dawkins said that he wanted his group to have a bunch of energy and confidence tonight.
Bengal corner, corner kick.
And time for a Bengal corner kick. This time from Tampa Bay. Joshua Perez has played in the MLS, has played in Italy, and has played in the championship as he glides this ball in. And Siaha, no issues. Has it in his clutches and wants to run. Ian. Bodley. Ball takes a ricochet off of Jennings, stays in the box. Neon Gabiri. It's Arteaga, and Siaha has to get the right fist up in time to deny Arteaga.
And that is clear how the idea is set up for Tampa Bay of how they're going to score a goal. Transitioning coming from that left flank, then putting the ball in the area, and then finally just that header, forcing Siaha again to just raise his hands and see if he's able to be confronted, and he sends the ball to another corner.
Well, Arteaga, 30-year-old Venezuelan, has scored double-digit goals in 3 of his last 4 seasons. Had 15 last year with the Rising, with that formidable duo with Danny Trejo for the eventual Cup champions. Perez. Yet again, another chance at it here as Tampa Bay starting to turn it up a notch here. Hooks this ball around, and Siaha again with the catch. Runs this ball up the middle of the park. Choices to be made on this run, and it's a shove and a foul, and Guillen is going to hit the books.
You know, whenever you see situations like this one, you know somebody has to do something, but you have another players defensively that could have done something from a front. He's coming just diagonally from the player, and then he complains because he's getting the yellow card when clearly he did what he did. And I understand, you know, you're seeing yourself outnumbered and in a good position coming in a counter, but it's the second time that this happens. And you, again, give the opportunity for a good set piece.
Jerry Ione, the 22-year-old, preparing to come into the match. Martinez in the box into a dangerous location, and that was nearly an own goal. It hit the woodwork and stayed out. Donor swings it in. Green intercepts. Nalani shoots from range. Reno covers that ball. Nearly an absolute catastrophic moment.
And incredible how that ball didn't end up going into the back of the net. Wow.
Here comes Jerry Ione, last 2 seasons with the Town and MLS Next Pro. 22-year-old will replace Javi Nalani.
Substitution brought to you in the 56th minute. Brought to you by BBSI.
Subs brought to you by BBSI.
Entering the match, number 99, Xavi Nalati. Entering the match, number 64, Jerry Ione.
Hilton. Bodily. Perez. Doherty. Manjoma, he's been quiet tonight. Guillen. Bodily once more. Guillen. Jennings on the pivot. Bounces it off of Morey. Donner out for another corner kick. Simon Dawkins looking on with his group. Looking to make his managerial debut. One to remember tonight.
And Tampa Bay have gotten more corner kicks in this second half than in the first one, and clearly been closer to scoring the first one of the night also.
Another Bengal corner kick. Another chance for this group to defend. The last 2 times, Siaha has been the only man to touch it. This one, again, testing Siaha, but he's sure-handed. Has always wanted to go fast. This time has to wait a little bit. And nobody ends up appearing into space initially.
Because we're gonna enter, you know, or finish those first 15 minutes of the second half, and no shots from Monterey Bay so far. More so for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, the best shot for Monterey Bay was that near own goal on the failed clearance that hit the bar.
Incredible. And the good save from Siaha.
Jennings waits for it to catch up to his pace. Donor, though, no issues with his speed to get over there. Jennings takes him out. The 2 on top of each other. Jennings wants to get up first. Donor there as well. Select the official matchball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest select products, specials, and more. Select the player's choice. Bodily. Jennings was offside, so he has to watch this ball all the way down. Siaha picks it up after Arteaga sprints over in that direction. Robbie Nielsen talked about the team's road form. And when you have these 2 attackers in Arteaga and Cal Jennings, they can be so strong. You know that they can afford to rely on that back line when you have the goal-scoring ability of this group. And here's the overlapping run. Revelar, time and space, bounces it out. Ione. Revelar circles back. Martinez heads it back into a dangerous area. Dixon hits one. Long volley from outside of the box wide.
So maybe they didn't have that many chances in the first 15 minutes, but when they were about to expire, they were ready to have just a few coming really fast from that left flank, then being able to position the ball back again in play, almost there from a header from Martinez, and then just again this other shot that ends up going wide.
Arteaga ships it to the middle. Perez winds up Bodley. Bodley stumbles and sends it out. 1 hour gone by in this match. 2/3 of the way home. Monterey Bay 1, Tampa Bay 0. Alex Dixon's goal in the 29th minute. The difference in this match right now for a Monterey Bay team that just released Frank Yallop of the coaching duties on Thursday. Replaced him with former player Simon Dawkins, who's the interim coach for this one match before announcing the full-time man next week. Michael Watring, Carmen Boquin, watching this match with you here tonight on CBS Sports Golazo Network. Siaha taking plenty of time, and because of that, Nabil Ben Salah comes over to give him a yellow card.
A yellow card has been issued in the 61st minute to Monterey Bay FC's number 16, Anthony Siaha. Brought to you by Signs by Band.
Ione. Traeger hasn't always been most active with the ball, but when he has had his moments, they've been decisive. It was his run that set up Dixon on the lone goal of this match.
Yeah, it ends up being just a regular feel of a contact between the two players. You know, Tampa Bay has been able to create good chances whether having the ball or without it, whereas Monterey Bay needs more that security of having the ball to be able to put themselves in a better position to that attacking third. Another one?
A foul whistled. Laura having a chat. Arteaga understanding an explanation as well from Nabil Ben Salah. Make no mistakes about Monterey Bay this year. Being home has been much more friendly. 4 of the team's 7 wins have come on this pitch. They've taken 16 of a possible 30 points at home this year. And more than half of the team's goals scored this season, in fact 60%, have come here in Seaside, showcasing that home skill yet again. And that's been a tale of this team throughout the short history. So good at home and equally ineffective on the road as this ball from Perez ends up out of play.
And that's always important when you're capable of just getting those points at home. Then you go away and see if you can bring some. It's always a good position for yourself, but you know, you have to be more strong towards the goal, and that's what the new coach today, at least on the bench, was asking for them. And they're trying throughout the match, but it's still fear they're lacking that last final pass or somebody who it's next to them when either Dixon or Traeger gets in a good situation towards the goal.
Martinez. That ends up perfectly spaced. Alex Dixon, full steam ahead. Alex Dixon, instead of shooting too late for Traeger. And then Revelar commits the foul.
And I was just mentioning those two names, right? What a good ball from Martinez, by the way. And then Traeger just speed up in the left flank. It was faster for number 22. Who was him?
Doherty.
Doherty. It was faster for Doherty to get there and, you know, get that ball away than for the Monterey Bay player just to get closer, which was Dixon, and see if he could get the ball to the back of the net.
Excellent work there by Dunner. Much to the fans' pleasure as well. Bodley goes down very easily. Martinez juggles, and the ball got in on his body in a hurry, and it goes out. Will there be anything from Tampa Bay down the stretch of this match? They've flirted with an equalizer, but that's all they've done. Haven't been able to close the deal. With Anthony Siaha, another strong performance tonight.
The math is there. 5 shots on target and 5 saves from Siaha. He was the star of not allowing the goals.
And here he is again. He's handled every swinging ball in as well. He entered the night with 19 more saves than Loudoun's Hugo Farou in the league. He's faced 19 more shots than Farou as well entering the night. So when he gets chances, they come in a long variety. And you take a look at the numbers there. 10-9 on shots, but much more accurate from Tampa Bay. And Anthony Siaha has been a man possessed inside of the box all season long. He has rung the bell time and time again for this Monterey Bay team.
And the number was 77 plus 5. It's already 82.
He's closing in on a historic campaign, one of the best seasons that this league has seen. If the volume continues, he could flirt perhaps with that record number in the league in terms of saves. Arteaga out of space. Each team has only used one change. Tampa has not used one in the second half. Bodley came on at the end of the first half. So it has very much been steady performances here tonight. Pressure starting to amplify from Tampa Bay. A hazy evening that almost resembles what you would expect around Halloween here in Seaside. A little early for spooky season.
Yeah. Only my son is hoping it's Halloween already. It's candy all day, right?
Your son and my black cat both hoping that it's... My black cat thinks it's always Halloween. Here's a shot attempt that Siaha pushes away. Crisostomo found space at the top of the 18.
And this is now the 4th time that we've seen the possibilities coming for Tampa Bay from a mid-distance. It's interesting because if they keep doing that, maybe they're going to be able to surprise one way or the other Siaha in that net.
Juggling headers. Monterey Bay have not had a spell of possession in a minute. Here's this ball in. Knocked down. Well handled on the pivot. Here's Arteaga. Arteaga's shot hits the outside of the bar. And it's a throw and not a corner. Siaha covers that tight corner.
Bagel corner, corner
But
kick.
I think we had forgotten about not only the save, the crossbar, and now the post.
There are going to be some dents on these bars, both sides here tonight. Accelerating Hilton. Crisostomo. Doherty. He's hit a crossbar tonight. Not fooling any of the back line this time around. Well, he keeps it in play, then discards Martinez. Crisostomo twirls around Revelar. Perez. Revelar. Perez into the box. A Timely clearance by Lara. Tampa Bay trying to knock the door off the hinges, but that cross will not do so. Traeger holds it up. Not long enough, though. Monterey Bay desperate for a break. Defending for a long sequence now. The header gets away. Siaha frustrated yet again. Very vocal with his group. Looks like Tampa Bay is preparing 3 changes at the next stoppage as they try to get some fresh legs on the pitch. Here's Martinez. Walmer Martinez pokes it along, and it was always going to be out of the reach there of Dixon.
And with the fresh legs coming in, it's going to be interesting to see because Tampa Bay is going to keep going forward. They're going to try to see if they can clinch another comeback, and Monterey Bay has to step up.
And there it is. That is the equalizer. How about that? Just as you were talking about it, Cal Jennings picking out space. Anthony Siaha doesn't have the answer this time, and it's 1-1.
Okay, and I don't know who's more without understanding of what happened, if me or Siaha, because he wasn't even prepared for that ball to end up going over him and just giving him the possibility. What was he doing so far away from there that it was clear that Jennings knew that he could go directly on goal, and he scores his number 13, lucky number of the season.
13th goal of the year for Cal Jennings, and the team is unbeaten. They've won 8 in a row when Jennings scores. And he makes his last touch of the night
with a goal.
An important one. He's replaced by Damian Rivera. Nate Worth is coming in for Lewis Hilton, and Leo Fernandez as well, all entering the match here for Tampa Bay. What a moment that was. All subs brought to you by BBSI. And a change for Monterey Bay. It's Michael Gonzalez replacing Walmer Martinez.
Entering the match, number 10, Leonardo Fernandez. Number 18, Nathan Ward. And number 8, Damian Rivera.
Well, now how does this match come to a conclusion here tonight? Tied at 1 apiece. And a foul is whistled.
And with so many fresh legs on the field, maybe we're going to see just another match starting right now, and the will for the comeback now. It's going to come for either.
After Tampa Bay had just been squeezing the field down and shrinking it into their attacking third only, it's Jennings that scores. And instead, Monterey Bay, after leading by a goal to 0, will have to work here down the stretch. A goal kick initially ruled, and now overturned. Nabil Ben Salah points at the corner flag. Let's take a quick glance. Bengal corner kick. Dixon rises this ball. Green whiffs on the header. Retreats to track it down. Bay had seen very little of the ball for a long window of time. And now trying to get the lead back. Donor. Notley chops that ball out. It hits a hand here. The frustrations for Monterey Bay continue. They had 14 points through April 20th. Since that stage, just 3 wins in their last 14 matches. Only a dozen of 42 possible points since that stretch. Body's tangled up, and it's Nate Worth walking out of there with it. Tampa Bay eyeing a go-ahead goal now. And into space is Rivera. Damian Rivera still has possession. Swings it across. Arteaga. Worth stumbles. And Monterey Bay come out with it. A quarter hour to go in a match that's tied at 1 apiece.
And you know, it's more of a loss for Monterey Bay because they had the goal. They scored it at minute 29, and they weren't capable of sending another ball towards the goal, you know. At the end, it is more of a prize for Tampa Bay.
And this will be a goal kick. Again, to the disdain of the fans on that side. Last week, Tampa Bay overcame a 2-0-0 deficit to win 4-2 with a late surge. It would be something similar here tonight. After trailing a 0-0 for 40 minutes. Here's Donor on the overlap. He goes down in the 18, but there's nothing there. According to Nabil Ben Salah, who's only given away 2 penalties this year in 9 matches.
Contact was there. There's no denying of that, but he didn't see any much more of an intention. Only 2 penalties in the season in 20 games.
That's all. No, that's all the official is allowed in 9.
The official in only 9.
That's correct. Here comes Monterey Bay yet again, and there's a foul, and it is going to be a set piece coming up here for Monterey Bay. After the foul by Leo Fernandez, another opportunity here for the home side tonight. Monterey Bay looking for their first win since upending Pittsburgh rather, on the road on July 6th. They haven't won at home since June 22nd. Moby Fair will handle the service this time around. Fair bends this ball around. Brino punches at it. Gonzalez pounces on this ball. Back post. Lara skims the ball out.
And that was a really good chance coming from a set piece. First, you know, just being able to keep putting that ball back on play, trying to see if Lara could do maybe something more in connecting that ball with a header, but ends up going wide.
On the chase. A little bit of that fuel has ran out of this building after the equalizer from Cal Jennings. Would be subbed off seconds after it. But yet again, the league's second best goal scorer to date is produced for Tampa Bay. The Rowdies have won 8 straight when he's scored. Tied at 1 now. This cross comes in. It's a pounding header by Dixon. Not enough on it. Brino had it covered. Fair. Here's Gonzalez. Splits defenders on the wide side. Excellent maneuver here. Traeger takes aim. 80th minute of play, tied at 1. Dixon started it for Monterey Bay in the 29th minute. That was the score at halftime, 1-0 Monterey Bay. Cal Jennings equalized in the 71st.
And literally only seconds away from being subbed out. Imagine if it would have happened before.
Monterey Bay certainly hoped that it would have. Instead, tied at 1 with 10 minutes to go in this roller coaster of a East-West matchup between the Bays, Monterey and Tampa. Michael Watrain, Carmen Boquin, and our team ready for the stretch run of this one. Glad to have you with us tonight. Gonzalez, look at Donor's hustle to get there first. Maury Donor off of the ricochet from Doherty. Brino has been alert. Tune in to ESPN2 for a USL Summer of Soccer showdown and a top of the table interconference clash. Powerhouse Lou City facing off against perennial playoff contender Sacramento Republic. Saturday, August 10th at 9 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Either side be able to gain an upper hand here tonight. It's Gonzalez. Gonzalez slows things down. His pass eludes a teammate, and it's Rivera that pounces. Fernandez, former MVP in the USL. That was back in 2022, the last time Phil Brino was a consistent starter for Tampa Bay. Ione chases against Crisostomo. And it's the 27-year-old for Tampa that wins the race. Yet again, here comes Rebelar. Rebelar snares it. It's Traeger. Tristan Traeger gets a piece, but not enough. Brino alerts.
It has been such a great effort coming from Traeger to route, and this one not with enough, how would you say it, like control of the ball itself to be able to put himself in another position, maybe go to the near post and see if he could have changed the direction of the ball, but it happened so fast.
Here's Nate Worth, a teenager who had a magnificent goal last week. The game winner in the 87th minute. Chips this ball back. Fernandez. It is a penalty. Third penalty given by Nabil Ben Salah. He was standing right there. Paused a moment to decide and points at the spot.
And I think there's no doubt in this one. He was literally in front of it. He ended up getting him with his lower part of the body with the leg, and it seems like maybe moving him from the upper part also. It's clear that he didn't expect that Rebelar was about to commit a PK like that and concede it.
It's the 5th penalty conceded by Monterey Bay this season. Siaha has saved 1. An opponent has missed 1. So we're only 2 for 4 on the season. Will it be Manuel Arteaga that steps up? Indeed it will be. Anthony Siaha has been strong all season long, but now asked to rescue Monterey Bay, a team that led 1-0 until the 71st minute. Tied at 1, Arteaga a chance to put Tampa Bay in front. Arteaga blasts this ball into the net. Manuel Arteaga scores for the 12th time this season, and Tampa Bay lead for the first time tonight.
And we talked about the two forwards in the start of the match, how incredible they were coming into this game with 12 and 11 goals respectively. Jennings scored one already, and now it was a turn for Arteaga after that PK. It's incredible. Revelar Adriano, he wasn't expecting committing that PK, but indeed the referee was just in front of it. Impossible for Siaja, that ends up being fooled by Arteaga and sending it to the other post. So this is always interesting when you see a sub being subbed, right?
Yeah, Blake Bodley came in the 35th minute. Now he's being subbed off in favor of Zane Bubb.
Entering the match, number 42, Zane Bubb.
Monterey Bay brings in Max Glasser as well here at this point in the match. And now all of the energy, enthusiasm is out of this building here after leading 1-0, after letting Frank Yallop go on Thursday. The challenges of this Monterey Bay side persist. Manuel Arteaga has now scored 6 penalty goals this season. And Monterey Bay have given up the 3rd most penalties in the league this year. Only Miami and Hartford have given up more. And just when it looked like it was a dawn of a new day, it was a team that was successful and thriving in the opening 45 minutes. It's been a completely different match in the last 20. When Tampa Bay started to gain momentum and gain a charge, and a Monterey Bay team that since April 20th is 3-8-3 and has been outscored by a dozen, is yet again trailing, down by a goal.
And you know, Sylvain Martinez, he was really good at putting the balls coming either from the left or the right, you know, after he stepped out. He also lost that extra power regaining those balls and just winning them back and getting control of it again.
Fernandez, who drew that penalty. Here's Rivera getting around Green. Glasser stabs at it, and it's last touched by Rivera. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Plus here, live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. Monterey Bay now desperate for an equalizer in this match. Too much on that, but it does take a flawless ricochet. Ione. Cross comes in, back post. Glasser was the target. Brino takes no chances. Monterey Bay have scored 4 times after the 86th minute this season. Will Simon Dawkins be able to watch his team produce something similar?
Yeah, and that's the difference that gives you the experience, right? Imagine Leo Fernandez coming from the bench. He draw that penalty kick, ended up allowing Tampa Bay to go, you know, with this start of a being able to bounce back from that first and initial goal that was having them with the loss. So it's part of the experience.
One minute plus stoppage time remain. Another successful journey on the road for Tampa Bay this season. 8 wins, 1 draw when scoring multiple goals, and on the verge of a 9th consecutive win when Cal Jennings scores.
And he has scored 13 times, so it's been interesting to see that number also. And thinking about, you know, we mentioned it also at the start, coming from 3 consecutive wins and being able to clinch a 4th one, it's going to be important coming into the last matches of the season.
Cal Jennings has scored double-digit goals in 4 consecutive campaigns. But the attention turns to the attack for Monterey Bay. And Rebelar's cross ends up out. Five minutes of stoppage time for Monterey Bay to try to get back level in this match.
There hasn't been much time lost. I was going around a number like that one, and we'll see if the extra pressure from everybody on the stadium ends up giving Monterey Bay maybe the chance to get another shot on target.
Yeah, I don't think we were going to get 16 minutes like Brazil and France in the Olympics today in the women's quarterfinal.
Oh, God, thank you for mentioning that. Now, Brazil, Spain. Such a hard one to go with.
U.S. Germany in the other.
Woo!
Here's an excellent run.
That one's easier. I know who I'm rooting for.
Siaha.
And you?
I think we all know who I'm rooting
yeah,
for.
I'm just making sure.
Ion. Lines up the left-hand side. It's been an entertaining match all night. And it felt like a new era of this Monterey Bay side. A confident group, an energized team. But credit Tampa Bay for their performance. Green stabs at it. Traeger ties it up in the 2nd minute of stoppage time. Monterey Bay back even at 2.
And this is clearly a point that can be considered 3 points because it is gold. You know, they had it first and then they were able to just equalize the match. We were talking about that just a few minutes ago. If the pressure and the necessity was going to be there, and Traeger with his 7th goal of the season. All the players from Tampa Bay raising their hands to their heads. Unbelievable what just happened. But that's the prize. That is a cherry on top of the good effort they had put on.
2nd stoppage time goal of the season for Monterey Bay. It's the latest goal of the year as well for the club. 90+2, Tristan Traeger has put Monterey Bay back on level footing. Now an argument between the two sides.
And we understand, you know, it's emotions at its best, but at the end.
Well, Siaha cannot be out here right now with the ball. He's got a yellow already. Can't afford to have him out there.
But how did it all start? Are they complaining for the goal? Because as soon as the goal came in, they were complaining about something before. Maybe, yeah, it seems like there was.
There's a lot of discussion here after the fact, trying to organize things. Well, only 4 goals in the history of the club for Monterey Bay have come later than this Tristan Traeger goal that tied the score at 2 apiece. Each side has led by a goal tonight. And how will this one finish? Level heads prevail.
You know, they lost the possibility of getting those 3 points, and now it's back to how it started. Final minute to be played. Both can feel the good of coming back, but then also the feeling of not being capable of getting the 3 points.
7th goal of the year for Tristan Treger. This is going to be a foul. It's going to be more as well. Damian Rivera is going to go in the books, and there's still. And here's Siaha out. Siaha pushing and shoving.
And Siaha already has a yellow card.
Yeah, he's in danger of being sent off. Well, the yellow card is going back into the pocket for Nabil Ben Salah.
So the yellow was for Rivera.
And as of right now, that's
Correct.
the only yellow. Here's another look at this. Definitely a hard foul. Kai Green takes exception to it. Wearing the captain's armband. Has a word with Rivera. Arteaga gets involved. Leo Fernandez is there.
And this is the worst part.
Yeah, and Siaha coming out. Doesn't help the cause at all. I think he's very fortunate on 2 occasions that Nabil Ben Salah has not looked his direction at all.
And once you're mentally out of the match and just confronting each other, hopefully the whole technical stuff is ready to get the players and separate them. If not, they can keep fighting just a little bit more.
Well, it's been a match that
they got to leave that out there.
has featured just about everything that you could possibly want.
It's not worth it, guys.
Roller coaster here this evening. Monterey Bay 1-0 leaders at halftime. Cal Jennings tying the score in the 71st. Arteaga putting Tampa ahead in the 84th. And then in the 2nd minute of stoppage time, Tristan Treger ties the score at 2. And now I would expect a couple more minutes here after Treger scored the stoppage of play. Here's Glasser. Bounces it off of Guillen. Throw in for Monterey Bay. They're hoping to get the full 3 points. Fair inside of the box. Iona second go at it. He's going to be called for the foul.
Imagine getting a goal in this last, maybe 2 more minutes?
The latest goal in Monterey Bay history, 90+4. Christian Valesky, August 26th, 2023 against Colorado Springs. Tampa Bay on the other side, with all their goal-scoring presence this year, they have scored 4 times in the second half stoppage time, including a 90+12 goal this season. Here's a foul whistle. Arms go into the air. Frustration for both sides. And as of right now, I think both managers, as much as you want to think about maybe a winner here at the end, thinking more about ensuring that nobody picks up a red.
Through that.
Monterey Bay tied for the league lead with 5 red cards, despite the fact that they have the 7th fewest yellow cards. Nate Worth pops this ball inside of the box. And there is the full-time whistle. An electric night tonight in Seaside. Back and forth affair with each team holding a lead tonight. But it's a point apiece this evening for Monterey Bay and Tampa Bay in a 2-2 draw.
It was quite interesting to see, both faces of the teams coming from the back and being able to just score. At the end, it wasn't enough. It was more chances created definitely for Tampa Bay. More of a presence from Siaha, just being able to get the balls away. And what Tristan Treger did was really important coming into the future of the club by getting that equalizer for a point.
Our man of the match tonight, Tristan Treger, sponsored by Golden Memorial. Treger scoring for his team-leading 7th time this year. Rescues the point for Monterey Bay with a 90+2 equalizer. The latest goal of the season for Monterey Bay. It's 2-2 in full time. Our highlight stats, and we wrap things up when we return here to Seaside.
take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year.
Interim head coach Simon Dawkins applauds a resilient evening for Monterey Bay. The Crispin Kelp led 1-0, trailed 2-1, and come back to tie it at 90+2. Michael Watrang, Carmen Boquin rolling the highlights here tonight from Seaside. And this was quite the entertaining performance, and Tristan Treger would play a key role setting up Alex Dixon here.
He did it throughout the match, just being able to put himself in a good position, and in this one coming with that pass to the back. And, you know, you had a player that was just ready to get there. It was Dixon. He knew exactly where to position himself. You can see it throughout the whole play because he was coming diagonally until he put himself in front of the goal, and without any problem scored against Brino the first one.
First Taylor Farms goal of the night, but Cal Jennings on his last touch of the match tied the score.
What a goal. You know, he tried it a few times coming from outside the box, but then in that one he didn't fail. A few seconds later he was benched.
And Leo Fernandez would come on and play an impact here, drawing the penalty against Adrian Revelar.
He was just passing through. It was Revelar. He lost a little bit of the position of where he was. He commits that penalty, and then the one who gets it in, of course, for that goal, it had to be Arteaga with his number 12 of the season.
And then it would be this moment, our Taylor Farms goal that brings Monterey Bay level.
I still don't understand what they were complaining about, but the goal ended up, you know, being taken in the scoreboard. So it was a 2-2 in the last minutes of the game. Important for the feel of Monterey Bay coming to the next week.
Cal Jennings had scored 10 different games this year. It had been an 8-game winning streak for Tampa Bay when he scores until tonight. As you look at the full-time stats, Anthony Siaha, sensational as well. Would be remiss without mentioning his name.
Yeah, because you see the number, the shots on target. At the end, Monterey Bay scored 2. They only shot 3 times on goal. It was the good save from Breno. And then the shots on target for Tampa Bay, it was 8. They ended up scoring only 2. And the good saves from Siaha, which was the big difference, aside, of course, from the woodwork that we had throughout the game.
Yeah, this match had just about everything that you could want. Back and forth with each team holding a 1-goal lead at one point or another in this match. Crossbars, left post, right post, featured as well tonight. But it would be 2-2 in the end, thanks to Tristan Treger's 90+2 equalizer. Monterey Bay and Tampa Bay share the point tonight in Seaside. For my partner, Carmen Boquin, and our entire crew, I'm Michael Watrang saying so long. Thanks so much for watching. Good night, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.